And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we've got News of the Day for the 21st of June, 2023. It's the game where we feature 5 news events from around the world and some sporting events as well. And what we try to do is we try to locate it on a map on GeoGuessr to find out exactly where these news events are happening. And we're going to get into this game and do this as a no time limit moving, panning, zooming allowed challenge. The play along link for the game of News of the Day will be in the description below, as will the 5 featured articles. The links to them are in the description below. Let's get off and discover the first news event of the day. And we got Finnish Parliament, the Finnish Parliament building. Why is this important? Well, there's Helsinki, beautiful city of Helsinki. And we've got a new prime minister in Finland today on the 21st of June. It is Petteri Orpo is the prime minister of Finland. Lawmakers approved center-right fella. Finnish Parliament has elected the conservative politician as the head of government, promising a shift to the right. The new prime minister has pledged deep spending cuts and a paradigm shift on immigration. There he is. There we are. So lawmakers voted by 107 in favor, 81 opposed, and 11 absent. I'm always curious in any type of government why 11 folks are absent. Maybe they're on vacation. I don't know. But anyway, there's a change. There's a new leader of Finland, and we want to feature this because there's a lot of Finnish viewers, and this was the news event of the day for Finland. So let's find out where the Finnish Parliament is. I think we've been here before in a game. There's some of you that we haven't been here, and I'm sure others of you around the world want to know where this is. Located in Helsinki. We'll try to find it here. It is not the Riff. It's definitely not the Riff. I think we're a little further up on this road here. I thought I knew where this was. And there it is. It is Kunta, the neoclassical seat of Finnish governance. There it is. I think we're right here on the E12. We don't need to go much further, but new prime minister in Finland for the first round. All right, so we've got a castle. Beautiful picture this is of probably one of the, just unbelievable, if anything else. What a beautiful scene this is on News of the Day. Unfortunately, this is not the best news article that I wanted to include, but it featured a castle. And an unfortunate events happened here a couple days ago with an American man charged with murder after attacked on U.S. women in Germany at the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria, where a man allegedly shoved them down a steep slope, which is not good, and the events weren't good. As you can read here, 2 U.S. women who had just earned computer-related college degrees had gone to southern Germany to celebrate when a fellow American whom they met while hiking shoved them both down a steep slope last week, killing one and seriously wounding the other. Just not a good situation here. Not a good situation at all. But this is unfortunately beautiful scenery, but unfortunate events have happened here. I guess it would be probably up in this area going hiking. But in any case, we're going to find where Neuschwanstein Castle is. I think this is the castle that I believe Disney World is based off of. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, we're here south on the border. Just the interesting location here. If you've been to any of these places, if you've been to the Parliament building, if you've been to Schloss Neuschwanstein Castle, it's actually a ski area near there. Interesting. Comment down below. But this just terrible. That's interesting for me. And any comments that you have, please put in the comments down below on any insights on any of these news events, whether you're in favor of the new prime minister or not in Finland. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. Would also love to hear your thoughts on this. My take on this is, did they know this person before, right? Did they know this? It's American. I guess there's a lot of Americans traveling Europe, and there's probably more Americans traveling Europe than there's been over the past 10 years, just with a lot of people I know traveling to Europe and around the world with, not having been able to travel for a couple of years. And I just find this is an interesting one, how these two ladies came across an American man, and an American man decided to do this. Just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I think they're obviously charging him for murder in Germany, so hopefully he gets put away for a long time in Germany. That's my take on that, and it's unfortunate that family has to deal with that. Having girls myself, to hear that, it's very unsettling to hear something like this, that you want to be able to travel, explore the world, and not have something like that. So unfortunately, there's a lot of bad people in the world. A lot of great people, most great people, but in any case, there we are. On to another note, on to another event that we are now officially in summer today. This is Stonehenge, and there's, as you can see, some people visiting Stonehenge here in England. It's the summer solstice. Where you're watching around the world, is it summer? I mean, does it feel summer? I know in the northern hemisphere it's going to be pretty warm for the most part, but where I'm located in the eastern part of the United States, it's actually cool and rainy and not summer-like. It's one of the few times that we don't have our air conditioning on because it's not hot. Usually it's hot and humid. Probably 18 to 20 degrees Celsius when it's normally probably 30. So there you go. Comment down below on what your weather's like in your part of the world here on the summer solstice. And this is the BBC article. About 10,000 people have gathered to welcome the summer solstice at Stonehenge. Druids and pagans join a colorful mix of visitors to mark the longest day of the year at the ancient site near Salisbury in Wiltshire. On the solstice, the sun rises behind the entrance to the stone circle, and rays of light are channeled into the center of the monument. Many people from around the world celebrate at the stones, and there we are, bright and early in the morning, and we got a whole bunch of different people from around the world here celebrating it. And yes, you got Stonehenge there in England, and I know, I think it's called, forget what it's called in Ireland, but on the winter solstice they have that in Ireland, Newgrange, I believe. So you've got the Druids and pagans celebrating today, and the rest of us celebrating, hopefully, what will be a warm, nice summer in the northern hemisphere. So let's find out where Stonehenge is here on the map. So anybody that wants to go to Stonehenge, anybody been to Stonehenge? Comment down below. I think it's south of Bath and north of Salisbury. Tidworth, Upavon, Shrewtown. There's Stonehenge. There we are. Woodhenge, and you got Stonehenge. Wonder what Woodhenge is. Anybody know? All right, on the A303. So I wonder what the drive is, or the distance is from London out here to Stonehenge. So if we wanted to take a tour of London, how long would that take? Maybe a couple of hours? Maybe would you take a bus? Would you rent a car? Is there a train that goes out here? I also see Glastonbury. I think the Glastonbury Festival is now as well. Anybody have any insight on that? Let us know. There we are, the prehistoric standing stone circle for Stonehenge. We get to the fourth round, and we've got an interesting football stadium in Nordic country, small one, national stadium. What significance does this play? Well, it plays a pretty big role in one player, and that is one Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, and he has become the first men's player to win 200 international caps, as Portugal played Iceland there in Iceland, Reykjavik, yesterday. And look at this, Cristiano Ronaldo with the game winner in the 89th minute over Iceland. And you can see here this BBC article. We got the scores from the other European qualifiers. But yeah, Ronaldo, 38 years old, 200 international caps. and it was in Iceland where it took place. But you can see here's different, the breakdown for the qualifications for the Euros. Turkey there, Armenia in second, Albania. The other thing is I saw Moldova beat Poland, which is pretty interesting, but you can have fun with this. Hungary, Serbia, look at that. Finland at the top of their group. Do you think Finland's going to finish at the top? Do you think Finland's going to qualify for the Euros? And, Portugal there on top with 12 points. Iceland doesn't look like they're going to make it in 2024. So let's find out where this stadium is. It's in Reykjavik, Iceland, in the Nordic countries, which is featured quite a bit on this channel. I think the stadium complex is here. Lagardstorvolar is where we are. In the Park of Sport. 5,000 points. Ronaldo, 200 caps and a goal yesterday in the win. And we get to the fifth news event of the day, and it's probably the most followed, most watched news event of the day from around the world as we look south here, or east, southeast, to the open waters of the Atlantic, and where the Titanic rests about 400 miles to the south of this location. And we are going to be talking about the sub-search for the folks that went to explore the Titanic on the Titan Submersible as it went missing while touring the Titanic's wreckage with 5 people on board, including a billionaire. Air supplies are dwindling at this point. There's 2 news updates on this. I'm not sure what this is, but there's been banging noises. It's unfolding. It sits at nearly 13,000 feet below the surface. Here's a good map here. This is the CNN article. Again, it's going to be in the description below. But where we're located, I think, is here. The tour departure left St. John's City in Newfoundland. And here's the wreckage. So for those of you that don't know, the Titanic wreckage is here. It's a good distance away from Newfoundland, but I didn't realize it was this far east. I never thought about that. So if those of you aren't sure where it is on the map, but for this game, we are going to look at the actual location here, which is where the Cape, where the Titanic sent their distress signals were found at this location in Newfoundland. So aboard of this is a British adventurer, a French diver, Pakistani father and son, and the founder of a company that operates the tour. I just don't know if this is my personal thing, as I think it might have had a leak and probably imploded is my guess. Maybe not. Hopefully, I'm hopeful, but at this point, not looking good. To be quite honest, I don't know why you'd spend $250,000, $250,000 to sit in a tube to look at the Titanic, especially. I don't know. That's just me. I wouldn't. I think there's better ways to spend that money. I guess that's what you want to do. I just don't know, sitting in a tube going down 13,000 feet with 5 people in a closed space, knowing that you could potentially be cut off with oxygen after a while. That's not my thing. But to each their own, and I hope they will be found. So let's find where this location is, and this is the actual lighthouse here where the Titanic distress signals were first heard. And here in Newfoundland, and we're just going to look on the Cape. It's the Cape here down as far southeast as possible. Cape Race is the actual location. So those of you that did not know, here we are here at the Cape Race Lighthouse. This is where the distress signal was heard on the Titanic. And I guess that the Titanic rests out here somewhere. In this location here, and you can see that on a bigger map of where that is. So it left, I think the last port of call was in Cork or Cove, formerly Queenstown, raced across here and ran into an iceberg on its way to New York. So hopefully they find that submersible. Hopefully we will have better news here in the near future on that. For me, probably not a great sign. It's been this long. And hope for the best. So there it is, news of the day. We went from off the coast of Newfoundland, Ronaldo's 200th cap in Iceland, new prime minister in Finland, Stonehenge, it's summer, finally, in the Northern Hemisphere, and the castle there in Bavaria in Germany. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.